and we're so excited to have everybody here. I just want to let you all know you guys are in for a treat. What a treat. So let's get started. My name is Susan Koyman from Spoiled Agent, and I'm going to actually clone somebody here as celebrity travel status. Ernie George, sales manager for Canada and the US for St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
Thank you, Susan.
Hello, hello. And you also have your friend Raquel John, who is also the sales officer.
And Raquel is here with me also. And for those of you watching the camera and seeing the basket, this is Raquel going on live there. And she's getting ready for that special treat that we have for you. And my goodness, we were at 75 and now we're at 84 persons in there. I'm so excited already.
Me too.
So excited.
So let's just a few little tidbits before we're going to get started, if that's okay, Mr. Ernie. What we're going to do is we're going to get started here today, and I want everyone to know that you guys are in for a special treat because Ernie and Raquel are live at the Cap Maison Resort and Spa in St. Lucia right now.
Yes.
And
yes,
they're going to give you some great updates as well. And I know they've got a special guest to introduce, but I'll let you get there in a second. But before I hand this over to you guys, because I know we're in for a really magic moment, I want everyone to remember that there's a $50 gift card that one lucky spoiled agent is going to win. And you guys have to stay on to the question period. You don't have to ask a question necessarily, but we just ask that you stay on the question period. Also, just one more little housekeeping. Please keep in mind if you do have a question to add it to the Q&A, not the chat. Because why? We are going to leave the chat definitely for today for the oohs and the ahs. I will also be putting Ernie's information, Raquel's information as we chat, and where you can find the St. Lucian Tourism Authority on the Spoiled Agent Supplier page under the tourist boards tab. So I'll let Ernie get over because I know he really wants to get started because I am excited to get started.
I'm more than excited to see Virginia, Colorado, North Carolina, Alabama, Buffalo, New York, Oregon, and all of Canada is in here. Friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's an amazing day for St. Lucia. It's an amazing time. And my people are ready. Raquel is ready. And you're going to hear a voice first next to Raquel, who's going to explain everything to you next to Raquel. And afterwards, we take you onto the screen where we show you something special. So, Ross, please, with Raquel's phone. Raquel is going to unmute. Tell us what is going to happen over here.
Thanks, Ernie. We've got a little surprise here. This is the champagne zip line that takes champagne from the bar down to Maison, the private dining deck down below. Every evening, you got couples having celebrations of anniversaries, birthdays, etc. And it also takes engagement rings down there. We've had quite a few proposals over the years. So this is a very special, unique aspect of Cap Maison. We believe it's the first champagne zip line, and we are the only hotel that have this facility.
Amazing, amazing. Come on over here, Ross. I think you've given Raquel enough time and you've given the basket enough time. So it's time to share your time with me. Ross, welcome. Thank you so much for joining St. Lucia Tourism Authority and making this happen. Tell them about you.
Ernie, thank you very much for the introduction. More importantly, Susan, thank you very much for putting this together. It's fantastic that we have so many agents online for me to explain a bit about Cap Maison. So thank you for doing so. I'm the general manager of Cap Maison. I opened it in 2008. So I've been here about 16 years. What are we? We're a small boutique property on the northwest coast of St. Lucia with some very unique aspects to our hotel, which I'll share with you a little bit later in this presentation. But again, thank you everyone for joining us. We're so grateful that you have given us the time to show you a little bit about St. Lucia and Cap Maison.
Amazing. And now that we've hit 100 participants, we have Diane over there, and Raquel is going to speak to Diane.
Welcome once again. So I am here to demonstrate one of our signature cocktails. And we will be doing so by using one of our main ingredients, which is the Chairman's Master selection. It is aged in bourbon barrels for a period of over 12 years. There are only 280 bottles only found at Cat Maison. We also have our rosemary syrup, our fresh lime juice, and fresh grapefruit juice. So to begin with, we will start off with 1 ounce of our fresh rosemary syrup. We're just gonna pour it out into our shaker because it's a shaken drink. So we're going ahead. 1 ounce of our freshly rosemary syrup. So that is fresh sugar syrup with rosemary in there. We're doing 1 ounce of our fresh lime juice as well. It is called the Cap cocktail because we are Aurelian Chateau property, and it is named after our Aurelian Chateau, where we joined we were actually invited to become a member of the Aurelian Chateau in November of last year. So we're going ahead with our fresh grapefruit juice. We're pouring in 2 ounces of our fresh grapefruit juice. As you can see, we have our pink grapefruit on display, which is locally called the shaddock as well. We're giving 1 ounce of our Chairman's Master selection. Here.
You made it easy, guys.
Into the shaker. We're going to go ahead and place some fresh ice as well into our glass. We're going to go ahead and shake it up. Just a gentle shake. And we're pouring into, make a little space so that you can see into our glass over fresh ice. Like this. And then we have our pink grapefruit for garnish. Right here. And just a little rosemary as well. Right there. So this is how it is served. Top RNC, our newly added signature cocktail to a few of signature cocktails that we already have.
Diane, thank you very much. That's fantastic.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, the order is still not one for me. So I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna kick off with a little of St. Lucia. So you know, me, Ernie George, the sales manager for the USA and covering parts of Canada. And as we know, the award-winning destination, and it is 15 times world best honeymoon destination. Again, it's all about love, year-round tropical weather, top resorts, diverse attractions, rich culture, community life. I tell you, we are, and the third time for the Adventure Award, we are kicking butts over here. So let's just tap on it. More ways to get to St. Lucia. And don't forget, for JetBlue, American Airlines, we've added those flights. Air Canada, we've added those flights for you. So again, we have more than 4,000 seats just for you this year. And remember the last time you guys were saying you can't get a flight to St. Lucia? Now you got the time. Now you got the space. Okay? So no excuses now. Nothing else but just you coming to St. Lucia. So again, the immigration form, it makes life so much easier. And agents, you could tell your guests that they could just go on to stlucia.org/entry and they could fill out that form. They get a QR code, show it up on their phone, and they're all ready to go. And again, the dates for JAS 2025, it has been announced, April 30th to May 11th, 2025. So you could start those bookings from now. Carnival also, July 1st to July 23rd, 2025. So you got the dates. We have everything for you. Again, it comes to accommodation, it comes to rooms. We have what you need. We are ready for you. The experts and sport agents are going to let you know that all of our St. Lucia events, it will be geared at all experts. So you got to be an expert to be invited. And soon, all your bookings for your registration, you will be invited to our GPA, the Global P2 Awards, where you get to come to St. Lucia with your friend, your spouse. The only thing we would not allow you to take this time is your dog. Okay? But you're going to come here, have fun for a couple of days on the island. And now I turn you fully to the general manager of Cap Maison, Ross. It is all yours. Take it away.
Ernie, thank you very much. And I'd just like to big up the St. Lucia Tourist Authority. We've had record numbers this year. We had record numbers for jazz in May. We've had record numbers for cricket. And we just finished Carnival with, again, record numbers. So congratulations, Ernie and Raquel. Thank you very much. So Cap Maison, as Diane mentioned during her cocktail presentation, we were invited to join Relais Chateau last November. We're the only and first hotel in St. Lucia to be invited to join that prestigious organization. It's a grouping of small, independent, high profile in terms of food and beverage and service. And we're delighted to be a member of that association. So where are we? We're sitting on the top northwest side of the island, still on the Caribbean side. We're about 10 minutes from Rodney Bay Marina and Rodney Bay itself. And I would like to also mention that you may not be aware of the new ferry service, which takes you from UVF in the south of the island up to Rodney Bay. It's about an 80-minute transfer by boat. The luggage goes with you. And then it's about a 10-minute transfer from Rodney Bay Marina to the hotel. So that's a relatively new option of getting to us. There is obviously the car option, which has been there forever. And then we've also got a helicopter option from UVF to SLU, which is a 10-minute flight, then a 15-minute car ride from the helipad to Cap Maison. Also, we've introduced recently a fly and save package, which is a 5-night package and a villa suite with pool. And we actually throw in the helicopter transfer and a luxury car transfer on the way back. So that's one thing to remember. So what are we? We're a small boutique hotel with 50 rooms and suites. So in total, 22 suites, 28 rooms. Small boutique, a strong emphasis on food and beverage, obviously with the Relais Chateau. A combination of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom villas. And we're sitting on a bluff, which affords us beautiful views overlooking the Caribbean Sea. And then down below us is our beach called Smuggler's Cove, and it's home to the Naked Fisherman restaurant. And that's open for lunch. And in a very popular restaurant, we get about 60% of our guests from outside the hotels, combination of locals, expats, and other guests from other properties. And then we're situated on the bluff looking directly west. So we have these lovely sunsets in the evening. Just gone through last year a refurbishment of all public areas and also the rooms and the Cliff restaurant. So when you arrive, the picture on the left-hand side is reception. It feels less like a hotel and more like you're coming into a private residence. Very low-key, very personalized service. And then the villas, as you can see in this one building, there's villas on the first floor with a pool out front, and then villas on the top floor with a rooftop terrace and a pool on top. Pools are definitely one of the features. We have 14 private pools for the villas. There's a garden view entry-level room on the left-hand side, and then a junior suite there with the sea views from the balcony. And then our top category is a villa suite with a rooftop terrace and a private pool. We were home to the Bachelor program twice, once in 2010, once in 2014. 2010 was a success. We had Jake, who was a pilot. Women generally loved him. We got a lot of honeymoon business from that. And then 2014, we had Juan Pablo. Women didn't love him so much. So it was a bit of a mixed bag with Juan Pablo. The helicopter I mentioned, it's a very quick way of getting to the resort. 10-minute flight, 15, 20-minute transfer by cab. Luggage does follow you, so you can take on a small carry-on, and then your main luggage comes by road about 90 minutes after. Food and beverage, as I mentioned, is a very strong point. This is the Cliff restaurant where we're sitting today. Attracts about 40% of business from outside the hotel. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Beautiful views. And that's the Cliff Bar. Strong emphasis on local rums. Craig, who's our executive chef, his background was Relais and Michelin. He's been with us from the beginning, 16 years. And then that's where Raquel was shooting the basket of champagne going down to Rock Maison. Beautiful private dining deck perched in the sea, and has couples there every evening. Diane mentioned one of the rums. We have 3 rums in total. And then the wine cellar, we have a selection of 355 different wines from 14 countries. That's a view of the Naked Fisherman from above, a really super spot. Very sheltered, great snorkeling, reefs on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Again, great food at Naked Fisherman. And this is our kitchen brigade. So Craig, the guy in the center, he's affectionately known as the White Welsh Rastafarian bodybuilder, and loves food, very good at developing his people, bringing them on, giving them skills, and making them the best chefs that they can be. Unique experiences. We've got 42 different food and beverage experiences, from the zip line to rum tastings, wine tastings, blending your own rum. What I like is bird watching. There's lots of flora and fauna in the center of the island. And it's just a case of just spending a few hours walking into the bush, finding out what's there, and finding parts of St. Lucia which you wouldn't normally find. River rafting is new. That's in Rosso Valley. Started last year. Whale watching, dolphin watching. And I love this one. This one's called Eat Like a Local. So you can go into someone's home. They teach you how to cook Creole food. And obviously you're going to taste a bit of rum as well. But it's a really authentic, get into the depth of the culture of St. Lucia. Friday nights wouldn't be the same without the jump up in Grosley, which is about 4 minutes from Cap Maison. Again, a nice mix of people attending, locals, tourist, expat. Really nice vibe, great food stalls, great bars along the roadside as well, and a very good evening of entertainment. Ernie, that's my little presentation there. And I know we're going to ask some questions a bit later. So I'll be here to answer any questions that you do have. And again, thank you very much for your time.
Definitely. Where is Susan? I know she's coming back. All the love.
That was, you know what, guys, I'm here in Toronto and it's raining. We're actually going through a bit of a storm, and I
Hey,
cannot
Susan,
tell you.
don't get jealous. Don't get jealous. In the midst of your storm, here's your calm.
Maybe Ross, I know that there was when your colleague was making the fancy drinks, there was a little bit of feedback. Do you mind just telling everyone a little bit about those drinks again?
Sure. It's called the Cap RNC. The RNC is short for Relais Chateau. And it's a blended cocktail made with the Chairman Select rum, which is blended specially for Cap Maison. There's 288 bottles in a single barrel, only available from us. It has a smoky sort of whiskey type flavor to it, although it's a rum. And then we mix that with 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of rosemary infused sugar syrup, 2 ounces of fresh local pink grapefruit, and then 1 ounce of the Chairman's Select rum. Then we pour that over ice. We add fresh slice of grapefruit and a fresh sprig of rosemary. So very fresh, herbaceous. We have a thing in a bar called Bar Fresh, so we only make drinks with seasonal local fruit. So none of these soda guns, none of these sugary drinks, but made with local seasonal fruit.
Well, I think the spoiled agents seem to like that. You can see all the reactions popping up.
Ernie's in love with it now.
I could see the hearts. Sorry, guys. I'm happy it's me.
Oh, it's funny. Leona saying, I think Ernie is enjoying that drink.
I don't know. I'm working. So we're going to move to the Q&A, and I think Raquel is on there. So, folks, whatever questions you have, we're going to be ready for you. Ross is ready for you.
Okay, if you guys are ready, I've got a couple here for you.
Okay.
Okay, so Ross, is this an all-inclusive resort?
We do have all-inclusive packages. So we have both EP, we have half board, and we have all-inclusive. The all-inclusive is slightly different because we don't have buffets. Everything is cooked a la carte to order. Good quality drinks, very good quality wines. So and a very, very nice all-inclusive package.
Wonderful. Sounds great. Um, let's see here. Is this accessible for people with mobility issues, your property?
Limited, Susan, to be honest with you, because we're on a bluff, so there obviously the steps going down to the Naked Fisherman, so that wouldn't be suitable. We have two rooms, a suite and a room that's wheelchair accessible and has the right widths of door, access into the shower, etc. I will mention, Susan, that next year, next summer, we are going to be installing a funicular to the beach. So that gives everyone access to the beach if they can't manage the steps. And that'll be installed late August next year, ready for the new season coming up at the beginning of October.
Wow, forward thinking, good for you. Really great. Amazing. A couple of people are asking, so who would your property be geared towards? Is it adults only, families, singles?
It's a nice combination of all of the above, Susan. We typically have a lot of honeymoon couples special occasions during the summer months. In the winter months, we've got a mix of more mature audience and families during the festive seasons, during Easter and during August. The way that the accommodation is set up is a combination of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. So very flexible for families, very flexible for couples traveling together. Our mix in terms of market is about 65% North American and about 30% from the UK, and the balance between the Caribbean and other European destinations.
For sure. So Kim, that answers your question as well. And Vanessa's asking, can you kind of go over how many villas, guest rooms? Again, do you mind,
Yep.
Ross?
Sure. So in total, we have 22 suites and 28 rooms. Out of the 22 suites, 14 have private pools, 4 have jacuzzis on the balconies, and the others are close to communal pools. We've got 2 communal pools, one by the cliff and one in the courtyard.
Great. Beautiful. Stephen's asking, well, first of all, he says a brilliant presentation. So good for you guys. And do you guys have
Thank
any
you.
vegan and vegetarian choices?
Yeah. So our chef Craig is almost ITAL. He's a Rastafarian, local Rastafarian now. He's married to Solution. Very good at seasoning. For example, we've got a family coming in next week. They contacted Craig ahead of time and said, we're vegan, some of us are vegetarian. Craig wrote back and said, not a problem. When you come, we'll have specific menus to your liking ready for you when you come. So very personalized. Give guests what they want.
Excellent. Lena's asking, how is a helicopter booked to get to your property?
You can book it directly with our concierge. You can book it direct as well. You can book it through our concierge, which is a very easy process. So they book the helicopter. There's 3 helicopters, 2 are 4-seaters and 1 is 6. It's got to be full before it flies, but we identify that well in advance. And then we coordinate the transfer from the helipad to the hotel. The helicopter company picks you up after your flight lands and then takes you to the helipad.
Wow. Everyone's like wanting to go there. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's about time.
Just Susan, just to let you know, I escaped 24 years ago and I'm not going back to the UK.
Perfect. Andrew is asking, do you guys offer travel agent rates?
We do, yeah. Try and avoid January, February, March, which is super, super busy. But outside those times, then yeah, we'd love to get everyone down to have a look. And it's always, as you know, it's always better once you've touched it, smelt it, felt it. You know which client it's going to fit, who it's going to attract. So it's always important that we look after travel agents when they come down.
For sure. And I agree. Like you said, Ross, like they go there, they'll know exactly for their clients who's perfect for this. And, they can refer it for sure. Christy's asking, do you have any information on weddings?
Yeah, I do. And I can forward that to Ernie, who'll pass it on. We do a number of buyouts every year, and not that many. We like to make the wedding special for the bride and grooms. We only make one wedding every 3 weeks, so there's no overlap. You can buy out the whole property, 50 rooms, 100 guests, and a nice balance in terms of numbers. And the Cliff restaurant where we're sitting at the moment takes 120, so a nice balance.
Okay, great. Taja's asking,
and we also do weddings for 2.
Okay, because everyone doesn't come with a big, crew, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Tasha's asking, any autism specialists, like, when you're there, anyone to handle autism?
Did you say autism?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, interesting question. It's nothing. It's not what something we've found that we've asked for, but I'll be interested in terms of the person that asked the question. What sort of things typically are they looking for?
Okay, great. Well, you know what they can do? They can, Ernie and Raquel send out a follow-up
Sure.
email.
You could
Well,
send
they-
out the email to Raquel and we could take it off from there and just
Perfect.
get right back to them.
Perfect.
Susan, I'll mention something about our team because you met Diane earlier on, who's been with us since the beginning. So that's
Oh.
15 years. When we opened in 2008, we were looking for 65 people to join the team. Out of that 65, we still have 28 employees that have been here for 15 years. And then we have a further 22 that's been here over 12 years. So we're very blessed to have great people. And when people come, they tend to stay. If you look at any of our reviews, they're all about the way that people are looked after. That classic solution, empathy, warmth, character, and fun that people like when they're on vacation.
Oh, for sure. Well, I can feel there's a great vibe just from here. I can tell you guys, like, you have everyone's attention today. There's no question about it. Some great questions as well. And actually, there's another one. Angela's taking notes, Ross, of you. And she said, do you mind just repeating the room types again? She has 22 suites, but she didn't get the other ones written down.
22 suites and 28 rooms. So in total, 50 rooms and suites.
Great. See, they're definitely interested.
Good. Nice to hear.
Ken's asking, do you guys have any brochures available for bridals so they can use at expos and stuff?
Yes, I've got an email brochure which I can forward on.
Excellent. Oh,
So again, on the follow-up, once they get through to Raquel, we could send them this e-brochure on all the information for Cap Maison.
great. I just want to say a couple comments. Like, there's a lot going on Facebook and in the chat as well. And as much as the questions are important, I think it's important to say some fun things. So they love this webinar, such a party, what a fun vibe. And then Trina said, I love the vibe you're all putting out there today. Vanessa's, please send the e-brochures. They want to get started with that, which is great.
Send the info to Raquel and we'll get it to you.
Awesome. And then Kaya said, gorgeous. This is a bucket list with 3 hearts.
Well, we want people to change things from bucket lists to shopping lists.
No.
Yeah, because some things stay at the bottom of the bucket, but if you put it on the shopping list, you're gonna buy it one day.
Put it in the cart.
You're
Put it in
right.
the cart.
The wish list.
Put it in the cart. It's the shopping list. But definitely, and this is why we from the Tourism Authority love to partner with small agents, because you're not going to get another webinar of that quality and of that substance. It does not exist.
You guys are great partners with us for sure. We love having you guys join us. I was so happy when I got assigned this webinar today. I can't lie. I really was excited. But there's a couple more questions as well, if that's okay.
Sure.
And I know, Ross, sometimes people just come on a little bit later. They may not hear all the answers and stuff. So I'm just repeating some that I
No
feel are
problem.
important, of course. Joanne's asking, can you just kind of go over the rooms, the suites, have they been renovated?
Yeah, last summer, we renovated all suites, all rooms, the Cliffer Cap restaurant. This summer, we're closing on the 25th of August to the 5th of October. We're doing the Naked Fisherman restaurant. So that'll be us up to speed with everything over the past 2 years.
Excellent. Shay, we already chatted about travel agent rates, of course, but now Ernie, over to you. Any FAM opportunities?
Sure. Well, the great thing with us now, we're not the cookie cockers that just go on doing farms and people seeing 20, 30 hotels, go back home and they can't remember what they last saw. So we put it on as niche. And again, a lot of people like to see it before they sell it. But what we want you to do is to be an expert first. You got to sign up to be on the St. Lucia expert list. And then 3 times a year, we put out the farms that we do, which is very much general. We do one over dive and adventure. And we do the honeymooners farm, which is the romance farm, sorry. So at least we niche you out. So you know what you're selling. We know what you're looking for. And we know what we could get you in. So yes, you got to be an expert first in order to get into the farm information.
And just to hook on to that, Ernie, as you guys were chatting earlier, I popped into the chat on Zoom, on Facebook. Of course, the link to the Spoiled Agent Supplier page for the St. Lucian Tourism Authority. So you guys just go to the Spoiled Agent page, you go down to tour sports, and you can click on St. Lucia, and it's going to have all the programs and all the information we're talking about today, so you can get there, learn more about it, and become certified.
It's 28 questions, and you could do it while eating a pizza.
Drinking an RNC.
Yeah, drinking an RNC. Very easy. I would really want you to do it because benefits of it. Soon we're going to have the Agent of the Month award coming out, where we'll be giving away vouchers and money for the agents with the most bookings every month. Then we're going to move into you for the quarter. When we get the dinners, we have a roadshow coming up in September, and those are the events that only experts would be invited to, because we want serious people. We want people, this is their job, this is their money, and they need to make money on St. Lucia because everyone wants to come to St. Lucia.
Sounds amazing. I just have a question from Arlene. Well, I mentioned from Arlene, who's in Newfoundland, in Atlantic, Canada with us. She says, thank you so much for this fabulous property. She can't wait to recommend it.
Great stuff.
Great.
And again, Arlene, once you get through to Raquel, we could put you on the St. Lucia agent listing and we could get you more info.
Great.
All right. The great thing about us is I could call Ross, Ross could call me, and if you need any information, we have it just by a telephone call. I have some other properties you have to get to the sales manager, to get to the property manager, to get to the GM. But hey, it's an easy phone call and email, and we get you what you want.
We're accessible.
Very.
One stop. That's what we're looking for. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I just looked, we're good on Facebook and we've cleared everything out here on Zoom. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add? Ernie, Ross, Raquel?
I wanted to mention one word, which is money. I just want to remind everyone I have 3 children. I need to feed them. Please send us a bit of business from time to time, please.
Well, I don't think that's a problem after today. Everyone's pretty intrigued. Let's say that. They're laughing. Beautiful property. You guys have done a great job. And you know, you're a great ambassador, Ross, for your beautiful, beautiful property. And Ernie and Raquel, you guys are great ambassadors, of course, for the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. We love today. Everyone's saying what a unique presentation it was. And I have to agree. And it was really a great time. So don't forget, there's one lucky spoiled agent that's going to win the $50 gift card. So when you get an email from Raquel, it's good news. Right, Ernie?
Good news. We've not heard Raquel's voice today, so we want Raquel to say something today. So we're going to unmute Raquel just to say something.
She's coming.
Sure she is.
She's just putting on a carnival costume.
Hi everyone, greetings from the inspiring island of St. Lucia. I was over with Diane having a drink. I mean, the views are spectacular. Here's my drink. Cheers to all of you today. It's 5 o'clock somewhere for sure. But I'm so happy to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming. You know, it's always a good time when you're here with Ernie, myself, and of course we have Finton. We encourage you to add those bookings onto Slex. I did see some questions about that. So please be sure, as soon as you make a booking, go onto Slex. It's pretty easy. You just add those bookings. If you're coming and you want to do a solo farm trip with us, please send us an email. Send me an email. Let us know what you want to see. We organize it for you. Driver complimentary, lunch complimentary as well. So this is what we do for you as an agent. We also have our St. Lucia agent months running right now. So that's where you as an agent, you get deep discounts on accommodation, tours, attractions, even transfers from June to November annually. So please be sure to check that out. All of this information is available on slex.recommend.com.
Boom! Just tell them what they missed for the GPA this year.
Oh my
The
God.
chocolate
Oh
experience.
my God.
Tell them, tell
The
them.
chocolate experience this year for the Global Petals Awards was phenomenal. I actually did some painting, and then we had some persons doing batik, and then we had persons making chocolate. We were welcome with steel pan, local juices. I mean, you guys missed a good time. And
And it was free.
it was, this could be you.
F-R-E-E-E.
This could be
Free.
you. So we encourage you to add your bookings. Come on, guys. We want to welcome you with open arms to St. Lucia. So please add those bookings. You booked at Maison, you added one time. So be sure to do these things.
Just remember, I managed to escape 24 years ago. So can you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been living here and we ain't going nowhere now.
Yes, that's right.
So friends, thank you all, Susan.
Oh,
And the last
thank
word's
you.
from you now.
It was amazing. What a treat today was. Ross, was wonderful to work with you today. And Raquel and
Pleasure.
Ernie, as usual, thank you. All the spoiled agents for joining us over your lunch. I think you guys had a great lunch, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.